Vape bans and anti-trans trans. Oh man, it's a commentary. Let's get into it.
Yo, I'm something like a white bitch crossed with a hood wrap, wrapped in a cute little black boy body. Yo, I hop on the beat and let them know how I'm about, cause I know bum bitches out there wanna die. Something like a white bitch crossed with a hood wrap, wrapped in a cute little black boy body. Yo, I hop on the beat and let them know how I'm about, cause I know bum bitches out there wanna die. But how real is your fame if they don't throw shade? How real is your hustle if you don't get paid? I'm like shit, I was a time, even back in the struggle. That nigga be catching checks, but that nickel, he said I talk a lot of shit for a bundle of sticks. Told him to light a flame to see how big the flame get. From Philly to LA, they think I'm a pirate. Swear it's no problem wherever I slide through. See me on Jack, know that it's just a fly through. Do not be upset if I don't reply to you. I was looking, just not trying to find you. Like really,
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Anye Elite, and thank you so much for joining me on the latest episode of the commentary from Icon City News. Now, I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning feeling the holiday spirit, something serious. Like I'm like high on the holiday spirit, okay? So I wanted to start things off with a Thanksgiving story from our Smoke and Sound content series. Alright, here it goes. So, edible cannabis manufacturer Kiva Chocolates has just released a special THC-infused turkey gravy. Yeah, you heard me right. THC-infused turkey gravy just in time for Thanksgiving, alright? Now, I can just see it already. Somebody, somewhere, alright, is going to eat this stuff and they're going to miss the announcements on the ingredients, okay? You know, how people show up late and stuff. The makers of the gravy, they say that this is going to be the premiere of some type of new fast tech acting technology, you know, kind of like the rapid release Tylenols or whatever. And so you're going to be able to feel it faster. Now, unfortunately for most people, it's only going to be available in California, Sweet Flowers if you're in LA, and Grassroots if you are in the San Francisco area. As a matter of fact, shout out to San Francisco. You know, I've never been there, you know, considering I'm right down here in LA. It's supposed to be a gay capital or whatever. I just never made my way up there. Shout out to San Francisco. We love you. But in another cannabis story, I want to give a shout out to the people at Pax Vapes. So let me tell you, the other day, right, I'm just chilling at home, minding my business, binge watching something, listening to Mariah. You know how I do. And Bay is like, you want to go out? And I'm like, no, not really, because, you know, I'm not with this kiki and a whoop-de-whoop, you know, people step on your shoes and all that stuff. But he said the hospitality was going to be nice, so I went, and it was, okay? Shout out to Pax. Thank you so much for having us. They had a nice table at the Avenue Club in Hollywood, and even an engraving station for my vape. Speaking of vapes, did you hear about this Apple vape ban? Okay, well, at least you know about the illnesses and some of the deaths being attributed to vaping, right? From what I understand, it mostly has to do with black market manufacturers. They're the ones that are causing all the drama. Anyway, Apple tried to get ahead of, you know, growing concerns by removing all vape-related apps from its marketplaces. But now I'm sitting here like, hold up, because, you know, you actually might be making us less safe. Okay, so first of all, right, and I easy peasy three. Okay, 3 reasons why. First of all, these apps tell people what's in the cartridges. Okay, like I was saying earlier, from what I understand, is black market vape manufacturers. They're using vitamin E acetate to cut, you know, or stretch, you know, or carry the product, the THC, you know, and these apps were able to tell people, you know, what ingredients were in their carts and alert users to bag carts. Okay, so that's number one. Now, secondly, and this is important to me, you know, you can use it to lock the device. Okay, so the big deal with a lot of this vape situation is that, you know, the kids and the teenagers are trying to use them as well. So at least for, you know, my Pax app, you know, you could lock the device remotely, you know, and I don't have kids or anything, but my nephew is coming for the holidays. Shout out to Felix. And, you know, now I don't have that option. So, of course, we're going to be extra safe. And you know, I think he's pretty young, so I don't think he would, like, try and put something to his mouth and blow and stuff. But, I mean, you know, these kids are smart nowadays. And, you know, who knows? But finally, number 3, my reason number 3 why they need to rethink this app ban is that, you know, people use THC and CBD medicinally. Then everybody's not trying to get high, and so, you know, being able to limit the doses, you know, is very important to people. Like even myself, like sometimes I'm just trying to knock the edge off. I'm not trying to go to another planet all the time. So I'm just saying, Apple, would you please reconsider?
No, she did not say that. Oh, she did. Okay.
All right, y'all. All right, now, hold on. So on the Funny Money Rock front, shout out to my homegirl Fox Giselle. She weighed in on the whole Flame Monroe situation. So a couple of weeks ago, Flame Monroe, she was on the Breakfast Club. On there talking about how gay people need to stop forcing our lifestyles on straight people or whatever. I don't know. Somebody go get her. Then Fox Giselle, who is like, one of the first transgendered rappers and, an activist in her own right, she jumps in with her own controversial statements. Take a look.
Now, I think the biggest thing about the LGBT community, we're so about equality, about like, oh, be yourself, come as you are. But then we try to police other people, specifically the trans community, when it comes to how people address us, what type of pronouns they use. And let's just be honest, respect and everything is cool, but that's not how the world works. Whatever you identify as, the uncomfortable truth is that you were born male or female. This is aside from what you identify as. This is aside from what you have transitioned as. And when you understand that, when that can be understood and accepted, then I think that we can have the conversation with bridging us with the straight cis, because there is a big difference. There is a huge difference between a trans woman and a female.
Now, I don't know about all that personally, but Icon City is here to be a voice, for everybody. I will say it reminds me a little bit of the civil rights struggle, where there's been like a lot of cooning and a lot of kumbaya, and I just don't still feel like, we've gotten our money's worth. So, shout out to Fox. Thank you so much for making us laugh, and on some occasions making us think.
After Pride Blues getting you down, try Funny Money Rock. 100% LGBT, hip-hop, and R&B. On Spotify, on Apple Music, and Tidal. Because beyond June, beyond July, our pride is 365. Search Funny Money Rock today.
So, moving right along, let's talk politics for a second. So, the last Democratic debate was the lowest rated in this debate cycle so far. I'm assuming that has to do with a lot of people watching the impeachment hearings as well. But I'm not actually going to recap either of those right now. Right now, I want to get a little feeler. I got a question. I want to talk to black people for a moment. I love everybody, but I want to talk to the black people. How are you guys feeling about this whole 2020 mess? Like, are you guys noticing how, like, every time a candidate comes up, like, our community is being used to bring them down? Like, it can't be Kamala Harris because, black people ain't gonna like the fact that she was a prosecutor. It can't be Pete Buttigieg because, black people are somehow, he's gay and black people are more homophobic than any other group of people. Like, that's crazy. Now, when it comes to Bloomberg and the whole stop and frisk, they might have a point. But overall, I just feel like we're being used as like some type of football. And then to add on top of that, I'm trying to be open-minded, but the black Trump supporters, this is definitely something that's on the rise. And I'm like trying to understand them more, so hopefully we'll have a black gay Trump supporter, or a black Trump supporter, whatever, on the show someday, hopefully before the election. Yeah. Alright, finally, listen. I've cracked a lot of jokes about Tyler Perry, all mostly surrounding his questionable casting practices, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. See, Tyler Perry recently, expanded his Hollywood studios. The studios are in LA, but it's film, Hollywood film, and it's the largest in this industry, and that's a big deal. So he deserves applause for that. But what I really wanted to talk about was an interview with Gayle King, where he said, what he's most excited about next, since he's, opened this large studio, is providing a compound for women, girls, homeless women, LGBT youth who have been put out and displaced. Mind you, this is all going down on what happens to be a former Confederate Army base. So Tyler calls it poetic justice, and quite frankly, I agree with him. Shout out to Atlanta. I know the kids there will definitely be able to use his help, so I will let you guys know when it opens. All right. So it looks like it's about Skin 30 right now. I think I've shouted out everybody and everything. So if you have a story, go ahead and email us at team@iconcity.net. And please be sure to, comment and subscribe. And remember, it's on you to like it.
In your favorite city, getting big money Saturday, Sunday, even though it's Monday, fuck with me.